Have you ever found yourself lying awake at 3 in the morning, just staring at the ceiling? Your mind is racing through every what-if nightmare. The car breaks down, your laptop dies, or your boss calls you in to say they're restructuring. If that sounds familiar, you're not alone. For millions of people, life is a constant game of defense. You're at the grocery store, mentally calculating if you can afford the name brand cereal or if you need to stick with the generic version that tastes like cardboard just to make rent. But what if I told you there's a specific number that can stop those panic attacks? It's not $1,000,000, it's $10,000. Most people think saving money is just about math, but the shift at $10,000 is actually biological. When you have zero savings, your brain stays locked in survival mode, where every decision is filtered through fear and scarcity. But neuroscientists have found that once you reach a baseline of financial security, your cortisol levels, the body's primary stress hormone, actually drop. Next day, think about that check engine light. If you're living paycheck to paycheck, that light is a countdown to a financial funeral. You're immediately stressed about credit cards or borrowing from family. But with $10,000 in the bank, that same light becomes a mild annoyance. You're annoyed, sure, but you aren't panicked. That shift from panic to annoyance unlocks massive amounts of mental energy you can finally use to improve your life instead of just surviving it. Next, let's talk about something called decision fatigue. Every day, we make thousands of tiny financial choices. Generic versus name brand pasta, packing a sandwich versus grabbing lunch. Each of these micro decisions burns mental energy. When you hit $10,000, 90% of these daily survival-based calculations become irrelevant. You start choosing based on what you actually prefer, not just what you can afford. This provides a level of freedom most people don't even realize they're missing. It makes you effectively immune to the common disasters like medical bills or job loss that keep most people stuck in a debt spiral. The real magic of $10,000 is how it changes your relationship with risk. It's what experts call walking away money. When you have a cushion, you carry yourself differently. You walk into job interviews with confidence instead of desperation because you know you don't need that specific position to buy groceries next week. You're more willing to negotiate your salary or walk away from a bad deal. Next, it even changes your relationships. Money stress is a primary cause of conflict, and eliminating that stress makes you less irritable, more patient, and more present with the people you care about. You stop playing defense and start seeking opportunities, like investing in a certification or a better living situation, because you finally have the breathing room to think long term. Next, here's the hard truth. You don't get to $10,000 by just going on a diet with your spending. You get there by changing your identity. Most people save aggressively for a month and then burn out. The people who actually hit this milestone become a different type of person, someone who keeps promises to themselves. It's about inner gravity. Every time you choose to save instead of spending on a convenience purchase, you're casting a vote for the person you want to become. The beautiful thing is that it gets easier. Saving your first $1,000 is brutal. It requires the most willpower. But by the time you're working toward your fifth or sixth thousand, the process feels automatic. You realize that wealth isn't about what you earn, it's about what you keep. Next, if $10,000 feels like an impossible mountain, remember that the average person spends over $3,000 a year on coffee and convenience. If you redirected just 1/3 of that, you'd be a third of the way there in 3 years. Next, no one is coming to save you. There is no perfect mentor or rich friend with a secret. You are the hero and you are the rescue team. The moment you take radical ownership of your money is the moment your transformation begins. Start small, keep one promise to yourself today, and watch how that first 5-figure balance changes your soul.